Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the recap of Wrestlemania Backlash, exclusively of Wrestling Form here on YouTube and StreamYard.com. As Google MF, Michael Fletcher, alongside Anthony Florio and Michael Bullock. Dee Dee Woodson will not be with us tonight due to situations beyond her control. Guys, we're just going to dive right on in. First fight of the night for the Raw Women's title. Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus the reigning champion, Rhea Ripley, the winner of the bout, in 15 minutes and 20 seconds, and still the Raw Women's champion, the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. Excellent match. Great way to start the show. Red hot start to the night. Many people calling it fight of the night. Definitely within the range of that. 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. An incredible match with the perfect outcome. Rhea Ripley successfully defending the title. I know some people are going to be a little upset that that the person who ate the fall was Asuka, which I get it. I think a lot of people would have felt better if it was Charlotte, but you know they're going to want to protect Charlotte in any way possible. So with that said, Rhea successfully defends the title. We were a little afraid that maybe Charlotte, with her politicking and everything else, would get her to the belt. Does not happen here tonight. So, Anthony Florio, it's yours. Be proud of your Raw women because they opened the show with a banger.
Yeah, they sure did. And definitely made me very happy as well, you know, being the Raw guy. And, you know, we've been turning the corner lately, and this was proof of that here. About 15 and a half minutes or so. That's very good, to say the very least. Beforehand, there was a kickoff show match. Sheamus went up against a new look Ricochet, who debuted a new look this evening. Sheamus won the match, but I think that one that was a 7-minute 13-second match. And but anyways, I'm actually going to go a little higher on this. 3 3/4 to 4. This triple threat match had good aggression, a few high spots, and some great back and forth exchanges. They came up with some fun spots that involved all three superstars as well. At times, it genuinely felt like anyone could win, but we all knew this would end with Ripley standing tall. She just won the title at WrestleMania. WWE was not going to take it off of her so soon. Predictability aside, this was a fun opening match. Asuka taking the fall means Charlotte will probably claim she deserves a rematch because she never lost. If the post-match was any indication, you know, you saw Rhea posing with the belt and you saw Charlotte pointing at the belt. So who knows? That could be the next feud. You don't know. But 3 3/4 to 4 stars. This was an excellent opening match. So not much more to say. Michael Bullock, at least WWE made it up to Rhea this time. They didn't screw her like they did a year ago.
Yeah, they didn't screw her like they did a year ago. I mean, yeah, if they did this again, I swear I would have gone on a major phenom rant, but no rant tonight. But because the right outcome happened, the right person won here. 3.5 to 4 is my rating for this match. I mean, this was a great match to start off this edition of WrestleMania Backlash, and yeah, I did see. I mean, Rhea was posing for the belt, and then Charlotte pointed at the belt. I guess because obviously Charlotte's gonna want a match with Rhea because she was never pinned in the match. Because, like you said, Asuka was the one that took the fall here, so we'll wait and see what happens. But 3.5 to 4 is my rating. So Fletch, let's move on.
All right, the next fight that we had was for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, as it was the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, putting the titles on the line against the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic, the winners of the bout, in 17 minutes, and the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic, for the first time ever in WWE history, a father and son are now tag team champions of the world. History made at the Thunderdome tonight. Anthony Florio, it is yours.
What a match. Great moment here. I was very happy about this. I was hoping for this to happen, and we got it. Solid 4 stars. As soon as Dominic said he was unable to compete, it was obvious he was going to come down at some point anyway. WWE has told this story many times. Ray is the ultimate underdog because he knows how to make every beating look like the worst he has ever taken. When he makes his comeback, it's always enjoyable. Dom needs a lot of work, but he has worked with some of the most talented superstars on the roster since he debuted. So most of his shortcomings have been easy to mask. This was a very good match with a coherent story. The ending was easy to see coming from a mile away, but that didn't make it any less special for Dominic. He just got to win his first title in WWE with his father. Nobody else has ever been able to say that before. I mean, what a moment, to say the very least. So, solid 4 stars. Great matchup here. What a special moment, to say the very least. And definitely tugged on the heartstring, no doubt about that. They damn sure deserve it. So what a moment. And Michael Bullock, what else is there to say except Dominic has only been on the job for 9 months. 9 months. And 9 months later, he wins a title, but not just any title. He wins the SmackDown Tag Team title with his own dad. How awesome is that for him? After only 9 months.
If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what the hell will. I mean, this was definitely a great moment. I mean, to see, Ray and his son Dominic win the tag team titles to become the first father-son tandem to win the belts, and I'll tell you, Fletch and Florio, there's only one person that I know that's smiling down from the heavens, and you guys know where I'm going with this. I think it would be the late great Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, they were very close, very tight.
Yeah, and if I know Eddie Guerrero, he was probably smiling down on those two from this very special moment that we all got to witness tonight. And there's really nothing more to say. 4 stars. I mean, this was a great match here, and like you said, Florio, Dominic's been with the business 9 months as a wrestler, and now he has a tag team title, and he has it with his own dad. Man, what a moment there. I couldn't be more happier for the two of them. Take it in, you two. I mean, you two made history, and I really don't know what else is there to say, Fletch. I mean, all I could say is what a moment that was.
Rey Mysterio is 46 years old. His son Dominic is 24 years old. Rey Mysterio is no stranger to the tag team championship. He's won a number of tag team titles in his illustrious career. I mean, for Rey Mysterio, I mean, I just want to take a minute just to talk about all of the titles, you know, not all the titles, but the tag team championships. You know, he's won a trios title in AAA, where he won with Octagon and with Super Menacito. Then on top of that, you know, he was a trios champion in Lucha Underground with Dragon Azteca Jr. and Prince Puma, who was we later found out is actually Ricochet. 3 times he was a cruiserweight tag team champion with Billy Kidman, a 3-time WCW World Tag Team Champion, once with Billy Kidman, once with Conan, and once with Juventud Guerrera. And then, of course, with WWE, he was also a 4-time tag team champion in his career. Once with Edge, once with RVD, once with Eddie Guerrero. The last time he won the title, he had Batista as his partner. And now, for the first time ever, a SmackDown Tag Team Championship with his very own son, Dominic Guerrero. And like we said, for Dominic, this is his first ever championship, ever. And he's never been in the wrestling business. 9 months in, and you're now a tag team champion with their very own father. I mean, the La Raza, the family, the Mexican heritage, man. You know, we talk about the Guerrero name. The Mysterio name is there as well. It is poignant. It is powerful. It's one of the best wrestling families in Mexico. They are celebrating tonight. Angie, the wife, is celebrating. Aaliyah, the daughter, is celebrating. The 619 of San Diego is going crazy tonight because the Mysterios won the championship. The gold is coming home, and this is a sweet feeling, man. You know what? We were fearing the 101 booking. We were afraid of the 101 booking, and guess what? It did not. It did not. It totally backfired. The 101 booking backfired here, and we have a crowning of new tag team champions. I'm going to dive into the next match. So, Mike Bullock, it's yours. And, okay, I think that's going to be a rant. Damian Priest versus The Miz, one-on-one. Damian Priest wins the match. Mike Bullock, I heard about the fight. Go. Just go. It's yours.
Okay, to me, as far as I'm concerned, this is the worst fight of the night, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we knew this was going to be a lumberjack match. I mean, but to have zombies as the lumberjacks and not the wrestlers you had on your roster, WWE, you always seem to find a way to get under my skin. And you just did it tonight with this pointless act? No. I mean, I really don't know what else is there to say. This is just this is totally stupid what they just did. I mean, there's no reason for this. It should have been regular wrestlers and not this. And now you see why and these two are part of Raw, and this is why Monday Night Raw has been so bad, because of pointless, unnecessary nonsense like this. Man, I don't know what else is there to say, man. I'm just going to give it to you, Fletch. I'm just going to give it to you before my head really explodes.
I apologize to the fans for this one because I kind of had to step away on this one. We don't even need to rate this match. This is a non-rating. This was the equivalent of screwing the pooch. I mean, that's exactly what this was. When I heard about this match, I was like, wait, zombies? Zombie apocalypse? What are we going to here, guys? I was like, wait a minute. Oh my God, guys, what are you doing? Why are you going this route? I mean, okay, it's kind of innovative, it's kind of different, but the concept was horrible. The idea was horrible. I mean, this is not Firefly Funhouse. This isn't even a thing with Alexa Bliss. You literally threw The Miz and Damian Priest in a match that was guaranteed to fail. Not only that, but any momentum that Damian Priest has, any momentum that The Miz has, is gone. You literally buried these two guys for no apparent reason. I mean, I've been hearing rumors that Damian Priest is supposed to get a push for possibly to become the next contender for the WWE Championship. You don't put him in garbage like this. Okay. this is the classic theory of one step forward and two steps back. But in the case of this, you took 3 or 4 steps backwards on this one. I mean, unless you're trying to get a nice little laugh and a cackle out of Vince McMahon, you did it. But no, guys, no, honey, no, as Lush would say. And I know she would be pissed off right now. There's nobody laughing. I mean, and especially Anthony Florio, Mr. Monday Night Raw. Oh my God, he must have had an aneurysm over this. I would not be surprised if he goes Bret Hart 97 on our asses right about now. I'll tell you this. Worst fight by a country mile. Dud. I cannot believe you thought that this is a good idea to have a match like this. I mean, that was painful to watch. That was painful to witness. And if any fans in the United States watches this fight on Peacock, you better be really, 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 really drunk. And I mean it. I don't condone the drinking of alcohol or anything else like that, but you better take a lot of shots and a lot of beers for this fight before you watch this fight, because this was brutally bad. Florio, it's yours.
Oh my goodness. I am not going to waste any time on this. This was an absolute dud. I mean, you want to talk about back to reality? You know, I always bring up the words back to reality. You know, a few moments before, we were celebrating Ray and Dominic, you know, the father and son. By the way, Angie and Aaliyah were on the watch along thing, and very emotional, especially Angie. And yeah, special moment there. I mean, you could not have created a better, perfect, cool down, buzzkill moment than this. I mean, unfortunately, we had a feeling at some point that the Monkey Riders were going to strike, and they sure as hell did. There isn't much to say about this. It was gobbledygooker levels of embarrassment. The only way this would have been worse is if Zack Snyder directed it with a bunch of slow motion to make it take longer. Absolute dud. This was the worst fight of the night. Hell, I'll even go as far as to say this was the worst fight of the year. And if you're pressed for time, avoid. Go.
Yeah. Well,
stay away from it. And in the words of Red and Stimpy, you idiots.
Yeah, this was a Morocco Mole whoopsie times 10. Nailed it. There's really nothing more to say. This was, wow, that was a dumpster fire. That was a dumpster fire and a half, man. I feel bad for you, Florio, man, because that was your show. That was Monday Night Raw's fingerprints all over it, man. Yeah, the Monkey Riders were running amok on that one. I don't even know what to say on that one. I don't even think a banana would have saved you on that one. Back to action. SmackDown got it. SmackDown Women's title on the line. Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Bianca Belair wins the match in 16 minutes and 5 seconds. All right. You talked about back to reality. We got brought back down to earth, and we're like, what the hell? The women brought us right back up. They're like, don't worry, guys. We got you. We know how much that fight was a dumpster fire. We got you. We got you. Just hang on with us. We'll go there. We got you. We got you guys. And boy, did they deliver. Great match. 3 to 3.5 stars. Solid fight. Good storytelling. And both Bianca and Bayley did a really good job. So, Anthony Florio, it's yours. They literally got us out of that dumpster fire, and they got us back to normal pretty darn quickly here.
That was this was about a 3.25 star match. I didn't kind of at the ending kind of was a little questionable for me, so I got to knock it down to about 3.25. I would have given it 3.5, but I'm bumping it down to 3.25. Bayley has long been one of the most consistent performers on the roster, and this match was another example of why she will always be around the SmackDown Women's title scene. Bianca Belair is an outstanding performer, but she still has a couple of things to work on. This bout highlighted how Bayley's experience made her the smoother superstar. You could see Belair struggle in a couple of spots where she looked uncomfortable. Despite those minor critiques, these two brought out the best in each other. This is the first of what will probably be many encounters between Bayley and Belair, so they should only get better from here. The match was 3.5, but I'm bumping it down to 3.25 because the finish was a little rushed and a little questionable for me. So, not much more to say. Michael Bullock, I mean, yes, our boy, Mr. Danilo Enfibio was the referee, but I don't know that finish didn't really look right to me.
Well, I hate to bring it to you, Florio, but for Bayley, it's what goes around comes around because we've seen her use some questionable tactics to when she was the SmackDown Women's Champion to retain it. So I guess we could just say Bayley got a dose of her own medicine. So yeah, you knew, honey, that all your dirty tactics, somebody was going to give it to you. And Bianca Belair said, you know what? You've been known to do this. So what goes around comes around. So 3.25 stars. I agree with the rating. I didn't like the ending as well, but Fletch, as I give it to you, as Bayley now knows the hard way, what goes around comes around. It's yours.
And then we're going to get into the two big title fights. First off, the WWE Championship on the line, the triple threat match. The champion, Bobby Lashley, against Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. Bobby Lashley walks away with the title. He is still the World Wrestling Entertainment Champion. 14 minutes, 15 seconds. Anthony Florio, you lead off on the Monday Night Raw's main event of the evening.
Yes, indeed. And no big surprise about the outcome here. But if you like Be a Man horse fights, this one was for you. Wow. I got to give this about 3.5 to 3.75 of a star here. I mean, woof. Calling this a car crash of a match would be an understatement. This was a multi-vehicle pileup that never seemed to stop. It was awesome. We can mock WWE for stuff like zombies and train sound effects, but when it puts a few beefy powerhouses in the ring together, it's usually a fun time. Taking Lashley out at the halfway mark allowed McIntyre and Strowman to do a lot of damage to each other, making it easier for the Almighty to swoop in and capitalize. It worked out perfectly. Great matchup here. 3.5 to 3.75 of a star. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, this was about a 3.5 star match. I mean, this was definitely a BMF fight when you got three guys like Strowman, McIntyre, and Lashley, and yeah, they definitely delivered on this. And once again, the almighty WWE champion is still that and reigns supreme. So now the big question is, guys, what's next for Bobby Lashley? Who's going to be the next person to step up and challenge the almighty WWE champion? So there's really nothing more for me to say. Fletch, it is yours.
I mean, you said it, 3.5 stars, an unbelievable match, no doubt about it. There's really nothing more to add. We go to the main event of the evening, the Universal title on the line, the champion Roman Reigns versus Cesaro, and the winner of the bout in 27 minutes, 35 seconds via a technical submission, and still the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Michael Bullock, You lead off on the main event of the evening.
Yeah, this was another good match here. I mean, this was another, shall we say, another be a man fight when you got these two guys in the ring, and yeah, I'm actually going to give this about 4 stars, maybe 4.25 for this. I mean, this was definitely a be a man fight, and yeah, I mean, Roman wins clean here. I thought maybe Jey Uso was going to get involved during the match. Well, he did after the match was over, and but then Seth Rollins shows up and literally puts a beat down on Cesaro. So yeah, Seth Rollins stands tall at the end of the show, and so I don't know what the heck this means now. So yeah, I mean, there's really nothing more to say. But Fletch, I don't know about you, but I think it looked like I mean, did Cesaro just pass out, or did he actually tap out?
It looked like he passed out. I did not see a tap at all. I just think he went down on the Shield. No pun intended.
Now, would you say that he probably deserves another shot because he never tapped out?
Technically, if you pass out, that's the same thing. I say no. I'm sorry, Michael Bullock. I think Cesaro has blown his shot. His opportunity is gone. I don't think you get an automatic you get another shot, because if you pass out from the pain like that, you're done. You're out. I mean, I don't care what you are or who you are in that situation. You're out. You're out of the game. Back of the line, I say. I'm sorry. It was a great fight, great matchup. Look, it was a tremendous match. The WWE Universe is going absolutely bonkers for this match. They loved it. They enjoyed it. I'm seeing a lot of 4.25 on their rating scale. Definitely within the range of a fight of the night. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go 4 stars. I agree with you. This was a good, hard-hitting, smash mouth type main event. But Roman gets the win, gets it cleanly. But very interesting about Rollins getting involved at the end. Maybe Rollins is the next in line, even though we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But this has gotten very interesting. Seth Rollins is starting to lurk around at that Universal title again. So we'll see. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
This was the fight of the night, and I'm going to pull the trigger here. No, it's not 5, but it's almost there. 4.5 stars for me. This was the fight of the night. This match was designed to start slow so it could slowly pick up steam over time. They did an excellent job pacing themselves between the moments of chaos. As always, Roman Reigns carried himself like a star. He has a presence about him that makes every match and segment he is in feel important. Even with all of Cesaro's power and experience, he still felt like an underdog compared to the tribal chief. They told a great story and looked good doing it. Power, technical prowess, and good character work drove this performance to be the best of the night. And that's pretty much all I can say on that. So 4.5 stars for me. This was the fight of the night. So not much more to say. Let's get into our overall rating.
Overall review, Dee Woodson even gave it a 7.5. I'm totally with her on that. There was only one bad fight. We're not even going to get into that. Everything else was good to solid. Good to solid to very good at the end of the evening. If it wasn't for that dumpster fire of a fight, we'd be talking 8, 8.5, maybe 9. But because of the dumpster fire, it's only a 7.5. But minus that, go out of your way to watch everything else on this pay-per-view, because this was a very good show. Skip the lumberjack match, and you got yourself about 2 hours of very good professional wrestling we saw here tonight. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
I'm actually going to give it between 8 and 8.5 for this. Other than the zombie stuff, Backlash proved to be a very good pay-per-view, even if the entire card was predictable. The action made up for it. Let me see. WrestleMania Backlash was a great show that benefited from most of the matches being given plenty of time. All of the matches, except for Priest versus Miz, delivered. The Raw Women's Championship match, WWE Championship match, and Universal Championship match were all excellent. This was essentially WWE adopting the NXT pay-per-view model, and it worked quite well. Let's hope this trend continues moving forward, even though I got a feeling we're going to be in for a back-to-reality edition of Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, but what else is new? But we'll see. We'll see. So, 8.5 for me. And gentlemen, there's nothing left to say except next time we do this pay-per-view thing, 5 weeks from tonight, on Father's Day, we're going to hell, boys. Hell in a Cell on June 20th. Michael Bullock, whoa. Can you believe that? Hell in a Cell. Next pay-per-view, 5 weeks from tonight. 8.5 for this one, though.
Yeah, in June instead of October like it normally is. I guess we can say, no pun intended, I think it's going to be hotter than hell that night. So, yeah, well, I'm going to give it about 7.5. I'm with Fletch and Didi on this one, just because of that dumpster fire match with The Miz and Damian Priest. That was the only bad fight on this card, but everything else was good to great as far as I'm concerned here. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. 7.5 for me. Fletch, put a bow on it.
All right, and we will. Tomorrow night, as always, is Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio, and he will have the Raw. He's got a Tony's Take. I know there was an Impact Wrestling pay-per-view. Well, this was an Impact Plus event.
Impact Plus. Impact Plus event, and it's going to be a special Tony's Take. I'm going to be focusing solely on that Under Siege event. And MF, if you want to join me on the review, you're more than welcome.
All right, I definitely will. 11 p.m. Eastern, as always, on the Tone 25, YouTube.com. For Anthony Floyo, for Michael Bullock, I'm Michael Fletcher. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.